is actually damn good. These people care. We have a very young core of players that we have brought in here who are accustomed to winning. If you look at the record of these guys, they're accustomed to winning. They want to win.
All right, it's time for our Villains of the Week. And what better place to start than at the bottom of the standings with the 0-5 Redskins, Mr. Reed?
Well, there's so much to unpack with what he said. I was at that news conference, and he also said he disagreed with the premise that the team has been unsuccessful. Now, look, we can debate all day about bubbles and where people put themselves, what space they get themselves. But the facts of the matter, since 1999, the Redskins under Daniel Snyder are 139, 185, and 1. During that span, they have 5 playoff appearances. They've had coach after coach. There's been one chaotic situation after another. They've become a national punchline. This is an organization that used to win Super Bowls. So when you talk about where this organization is and villains, this is a very long-suffering fan base, and my friend to my right can attest to that.
I mean, I grew up when we were winning Super Bowls, and we didn't just win them, we won them big time. We were going all the time, it felt like.
Joe Gibbs, 3 different quarterbacks.
I mean, it was incredible. And my entire adult life, they have been losing. Those stats you just quoted is my entire adult life. So the Washington fan base is trying so hard to hang in there, and it's getting ugly. And I think to say that there's a good culture and we want to win, but you're not winning, and your culture is extending to an entire community, to an entire city that wants to be proud of its team and is having a lot of difficulty doing that. Meanwhile, everybody else in town seems to be winning and going to the playoffs right now.
Well, we can appreciate, the concept of loyalty, from an owner, perhaps the guy running the team. But there is a point at which blind loyalty should no longer be the order of the day, right? And what's happening in Washington is simply, it's as if putting on a blindfold and saying, there's nothing to see here, there's no problem.
No problem.
Disregard. I mean, this is not tenable, except of course it is, because if you're the owner, there's no fans' constitution that says they are entitled to winning.
No, there's not. And the reality of it is, despite the fact that the attendance hasn't been what it used to be.
Oh, it's awful.
They used to talk about how the long waiting list. But like you said, Jerymy, there's no fan constitution that you can't force Daniel Snyder to sell the team. And really, it appears right now that until he does, nothing's going to change.
All right, another big story this week. Someone claiming to be a Penn State alum writing to a current player complaining about the player's hair. Emily, you are a Nittany Lion. How did you feel about that?
I am a Nittany Lion, and I was so disturbed to see this story go viral. One of the players, Jonathan Sutherland's teammates, shared it. And what I'm heartwarmed about the story, though, is the way that Penn State responded. We are not represented by the guy that left this letter. We are represented by guys like Jonathan Sutherland and right now James Franklin, who gave an impassioned defense at his news conference. And Jonathan Sutherland, who is by all means and examples a Dean's List student, a great guy that we want to represent our school, wrote his own letter and said, let this be one of the many examples that people are still being discriminated against in the year 2019 because of their race, gender, ethnicity, religion, and hopefully this can change. So I love that. I love him. And you know what, Jonathan? We are. He is. He's us.
Penn State.
Thank you.
My villain of the week. You might remember Emiliano Sala, the Argentine soccer player who died in a plane crash on his way from Nantes in France, where he had been playing, to his new team in Wales, Cardiff City. He died last winter, a year and a half ago, I should say. He was 28. It appears he and the pilot died from carbon monoxide poisoning, or at least it affected the ability to fly the plane, leading to a crash. Cardiff has been refusing to pay the transfer fee of several $1 million to Nantes, saying the acquisition had not been finalized at the time of Salah's death. According to most reports, the paperwork was complete. The transaction had been uploaded. They're still fighting this. You would think, just out of a sense of decency, he was clearly a member of the team at that point, they would move on. That has not been the situation. Tisha, on the lighter side.
Leah Sanderson, as we say, bless his heart. My villain is the cable guy who pulled the cable.
Not Larry.
And tripped up. It's the season premiere. Boom. Bless his heart.
Oh, welcome to the NHL, kid.
Oh, man. He might have wanted to skipped over it, but I feel bad for the cable guy.
All right, it's time to move on to heroes. It has nothing to do with cables. My hero this week is Kelly Stafford. She is the wife of the Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford. She had surgery in April for a brain tumor, and she's been very candid about what happened. Her her fears. I had a chance to speak with her recently. Here's a snippet of our conversation.
I wanted people to know that I feel like that go through these things, that it's okay to be scared, regardless of your situation. I mean, it could be, you know, something small or something large, and it's completely normal to have these, you know, fears and scary thoughts.
And she's doing very well now, but I think she is to be celebrated for her candor through this process, helping other people deal with serious issues. Your hero, Jason.
Demario Davis, Saints linebacker, he was fined for wearing a Man of God headband. So he decided to turn it around and do something really great here. What he did was he put out Man of God, Woman of God, Child of God headbands, and all the proceeds went to a hospital in his in Mississippi, where he's from. He also, in a nice ending, he also, the fine was overturned. He's also going to take that money and apply it there too.
Nicely done. Tisha.
Howie Kendrick, grand slam. It's the childhood dream. I'm sorry. Today's the day.
It's fine.
It is every kid's dream. Boy, girl, it doesn't matter. You want to be the one that delivers in the 10th inning and finally takes your team to a place it's never been, which is the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, especially against your old team, which is the way he did it. Emily, this one, it's been getting a lot of attention, but doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be considered again.
That's right. The Flyers marketing department is running laps, skating laps that is, around the rest of the NHL. You get this guy who was born last year, and now they create a rage room where fans can go. It's like $35 per person and just smash all they want. It's completely on brand for the city, for this franchise, the Broad Street Bullies. I love it. I love it. I think when we're talking about how to keep fans engaged at games, hockey is the best live game experience of all the four major sports, but this gets people going.
How are you engaged if you're destroying the TV on which you could be watching the feed of the game?
It gets you pumped up.
I just don't I don't know if this is something we should.
There's got to be a lot of waivers, right? Waivers.
Stay tuned now for NFL Live.